is looking to identify the problem and how long crews may have to use that temporary station. Kelly.
Newly released evidence in an alleged prostitution ring out of Martin County shows exactly what detectives found when they raided local homes and massage parlors. Hundreds of photos released show cash, condoms, anything that might show that women were living inside the spa. And with guns drawn, both Martin County deputies and Homeland Security investigators raided the Bridge Day Spa in Hobe Sound.
Anybody check room 3?
Nope.
There's a shower room and a bath in the back.
6 women and nearly 100 men are accused of participating in the alleged prostitution ring in Martin County. New at 11, a doctor who also volunteers at local high schools is accused of molesting a 15-year-old boy. Mark Gardner was arrested tonight. West Palm Beach police said the teen ran away from his group home and went to Gardner's residence. The boy told police he would normally call Gardner when he ran away and would stay at the suspect's home. Last October, after smoking pot, the teen said he felt weak and couldn't fight off Gardner's advances. Gardner's also a volunteer dermatologist in the athletic department at area high schools.
If you visited All Smiles Dentistry in Fort Pierce, check your credit card accounts tonight. The St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office says this man, Demetrius Nolan, stole customer information. Nolan worked for the company and they believe that's how he identified his victims. He's been charged with identity theft, grand theft, and fraud. If you notice any unusual activity on your account, call the Sheriff's Office.
A preemptive move in Wellington. The Village is cracking down on nightclubs, even though the community doesn't currently have any. WPTV News Channel 5's Andrew Lofholm live in Wellington to explain why. Andrew?
Yeah, the Village says that the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office actually asked them to do this. The reason why the Sheriff's Office wants more uniform rules in the unincorporated areas of Palm Beach County and the municipalities that they cover. Right now in Wellington, there are 17 places that serve alcohol, Village Manager Paul Schofield says, and they all got letters putting them on notice in case one day they turn into a nightclub. But as they all operate now, none actually qualify. So what is a nightclub? The Village says if an establishment, in part, charges a cover, serves alcohol, has over 150 people, hosts entertainment, and doesn't serve food, then they will likely qualify. If one does, then they would be required to have security. They're not trying to discourage a nightclub, they say, from opening here, just setting rules up just in case.
We don't have one of those now. If we have one in the future, the ordinance is in place for them, and we're just trying to have consistency and everybody knows what we're doing. Right. Wellington is, a really interesting family community. It's, getting our folks to stay out later than 2 o'clock is pretty tough.
Yeah, that's true. So tonight it passed its first round of voting by village leaders. It needs to pass one more round before it officially goes on the books. We're live in Wellington. Andrew Lofholm, WPTV News Channel 5.
Distraction thieves are targeting Martin County. That's the message from the Sheriff's Office tonight. The latest case happened in the Soundings community in Hobe Sound on Saturday. Detectives say a man claimed to be with a construction company. The incident only lasted 5 minutes, but thousands of dollars in jewelry were stolen. The Sheriff's Office is asking anyone in that community to check their security cameras. If you notice a man with black hair wearing a uniform and driving a white sedan, call them immediately.
There's a plan that one day could cut down on the amount of time you spend sitting in traffic on I-95. FDOT is recommending adding another lane of traffic from Delray to Jupiter. The current HOV lane would be replaced with 2 lanes separated by a barrier. At any time of day, those lanes could be turned into express lanes, toll lanes, or HOV lanes.
But from Boca to West Palm, I'd pay all day long.
I would pay for it. I don't know if anybody else would.
It is going to take some time before you might see that traffic relief on 95. FDOT hopes to start construction in the year 2030.
New at 11, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis says he'll lead a delegation of business, political, and academic leaders to Israel next month with stops in Tel Aviv and Jerusalem. In the Jewish state tonight, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is declaring victory over his opponent, Benny Gantz. An exit polls seem to give a slight edge to Netanyahu, but there is no official result yet. He has vowed to establish a right-wing nationalist government.
Heroes, they come in all shapes, sizes, and ages. And tonight, two 11-year-old girls in West Palm Beach received honorary firefighter awards. A few months ago, the girls were walking home when they smelled smoke, so they called 911. It turns out a house nearby was on fire. And thanks to the girls' quick thinking, firefighters got there just in time to put out that blaze and to keep it from spreading. Palm Beach County Fire Rescue honored these little heroes for doing the right thing.
The house could have burnt down. There was like lots of houses that were next to it and people were in there. I didn't think about it at the time, but like right now it makes me feel really good.
Good for them. Good work. Well, tonight the girls also met the crew who responded to the fire. And as you can see, it swamped them just a little bit, but they got to try on some of that heavy gear.
They're naturals at it. Back in 60 seconds, babies dying while they sleep. Doctors claim this problem is much worse than safety experts realize. The product they want to be discontinued immediately.
Cannabis confusion, the rapidly growing industry serving people in Florida how to tell what you're buying is safe.
And when is the best day to put gas in your car? The new study pinpointing exactly when you'll save the most in Florida and what day you want to avoid filling up.
And now here's what we're working on when you wake up with WPTV tomorrow.
Hey, thanks. Will the skies clear up for your commute? Storm Team 5 has weather that fits your morning routine.
And tricks of the trade from realtors. Secrets like the best month and day to list your house.
All tomorrow, 4:30 to 7 a.m. Wake up with WPTV.
This is News Channel 5 at 11. Thanks for making WPTV South Florida's most watched television station.
The calls are growing stronger for a recall after several infants died in these rockers. The American Association of Pediatrics is urging safety experts to order a recall for the FisherPrice Rock and Play sleepers. The doctors group claims 32 babies died after rolling over in the rocker while unrestrained. That number far more than the 10 infants the Consumer Product Safety Commission reported last week. Doctors worry the commission's warning does not go far enough to protect babies.
An alarming travel alert from civil rights coalitions here in Florida. They're warning people who want to travel to Florida that their rights could be at risk if two bills pass. The ACLU says the alert was issued ahead of the potential passage of Senate Bill 168 and House Bill 527, which would require all law enforcement agencies to comply with every detainer request received from ICE. A local immigration attorney says this is not much different than the voluntary cooperation agencies already give ICE.
This is exactly what they have to do because they have to comply with federal law. If someone has a detainer, they have to detain them. The issue was the first 4 years of the Obama administration where we really had people being picked up. Law enforcement would say because driving without a license, but how did they know they were driving without a license? A lot of it was racial profiling.
The travel alert is a warning for even U.S. citizens.
A growing number of people are becoming believers of CBD, a compound in cannabis plants typically used for relaxation.
With its rapid popularity, places like Walgreens and CVS are jumping on the new bandwagon. New at 11, how to tell what you are buying is safe and beneficial.
The first time Jessica Robinson tried CBD, it was not at all what she expected.
I was hoping to get some relief from my anxiety with it, but what ended up happening was the complete opposite. So basically it gave me, I would say, one of the worst panic attacks that I've ever had.
A year later, she decided to try another CBD product with much better results. Just an example of how confusing the CBD world can be, the FDA has not figured out how to regulate this exploding industry. But there are companies holding themselves accountable.
Everything's printed on it really well.
Mineral Life Nutraceuticals in Colorado recently started producing and packaging CBD for other vendors.
There is an element out there that are in it for money and just want to get a product on the market as quickly as possible. The vast majority of people that we encountered, and I was pleased to see this, had good intentions. They just were unaware of how to really get it done properly.
The Mineral Life Lab is regulated by the FDA, so any product coming out of there meets certain standards.
We do microbial, we do heavy metal testing, and then of course we have a quality control system that surrounds all of that so that we're ensuring what we're creating is exactly what we anticipate it to be.
That's reassuring to consumers like Jessica, who use CBD instead of pharmaceuticals like Xanax or opioid.
I think it's really important that people know what they're getting, because I know people too who will not try it because they're too afraid of it because there's not enough, testing and things.
Currently, CBD is legal according to federal law, but it's still buy and sell at your own risk in the state of Florida.
You will want to hear this before you gas up this week. Gas Buddy just released a new study that shows the best and worst days to fill up in every state. Monday is considered the best day in Florida to get gas. Experts say gas stations expect more people later in the week, so prices often go up. The worst day of the week to get gas in Florida, experts say, is Thursday. Nationwide, it's Friday. The study found drivers who fill up at the end of the week spend about $30 more every year.
Protecting Paradise, our year-long commitment to raising awareness about environmental issues important to you. There's a growing trend of stores selling items that don't use plastic, don't use packages, and don't create any trash. Like One World Zero Waste in Tequesta. Newlyweds Stephen and Elena Smith opened it after their honeymoon in India, where they were inspired to reduce their use of single-use plastics and trash. Customers bring their own reusable containers to stock up on bulk foods like flour, rice, pasta, and snacks.
It's like impossible to go to a grocery store and leave without plastic, pretty much, or maybe leave with like an apple. So we just wanted to create a space where it's really easy to shop zero waste and more accessible to everybody.
One World Zero Waste also offers reusable options like fabric alternatives for paper towels and cotton rounds, as well as travel utensil packs and straws.
Tomorrow is Go for Tortoise Day. In Florida, the tortoises are found in parts of all 67 counties, like neighborhoods, public parks, and forests. The day is to raise and increase awareness and appreciation for the gentle reptiles. Gopher tortoises are considered a keystone species because they dig burrows that provide shelter for 360 other species of wildlife, and without them, many species would not exist.
All right, we have some pretty good weather on the way as we get into tomorrow. Still some rain on the radar tonight coming in from the west coast and off the Gulf of Mexico. There's the wider view. The severe weather stayed to the south, and we also had some severe storms to the north. But because of all the cloud cover here during the day, we didn't really get much in the way of lightning or thunder, staying just closest just to the north with some wind damage up around Orlando and the Cape. There's a look at the latest radar. Still some rain pushing in around the coastline. In fact, I do expect that it'll actually intensify a little bit overnight. There's a look at the Treasure Coast where some light rain working through, and temperatures are still in the 70s everywhere. Now, as we get into the overnight hours, some dry air tries to move in. There's 5:30 in the morning, still rain along coastal Palm Beach County, and maybe around for the morning commute in some spots, although beginning to clear out across the Treasure Coast. Showers, there's 1:30 in the afternoon, still a quick shower possible, and still quite a bit of cloud cover across Palm Beach County into the early afternoon. So unsettled into Wednesday, but a little more sunshine than we saw today. Overnight lows will be the 60s everywhere, so we drop about another 5 to 8 degrees for the overnight lows. So sunny breaks and isolated showers in the morning. For the commute, could be a few wet roads out there, and in the afternoon, starting to clear up a little bit more so on the Treasure Coast, but still showers possible through the late afternoon. Port St. Lucie tomorrow, 83, partly sunny, and we'll give it about a 30% chance for showers just about any time during the day. The wind's coming in from the west. There's even a front that swings south overnight, but it doesn't cool us off at all. In fact, temperatures tomorrow may be a little bit warmer because we'll have more sunshine. It'll warm up faster, and we have a west wind too, which is usually bumps up our temperatures from daytime heating. And it gets even warmer